This is called A Spade.
A
is
Spade. Call a spade a spade. Benji Ndolo, the one and only. Good morning, afternoon, night. Depending on what time you're watching from and where you are at.
First of all, Benji, welcome back. I see the accent has disappeared.
No accent. Just me. And thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Do you know, like, you even had a laughter? You had like a...
That implies I'm fake, which I'm not.
No.
But I was just happy to see my boy, though.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it really just brought, like, the boy in you.
The New York in me.
Boy, I know.
Yes.
Man, which is crazy. So, a lot has been happening this week.
Back to the motherland.
Let's go back to the motherland. Starting with Tanzania. Wants to ban Kenyans from working in their own country.
Yeah.
In return, it's like aura for aura.
Yeah.
Whereby now, Kenyans are like, okay, pia nyinyi, tokeni kwetu.
Reciprocate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Kenya and Tanzania have had issues since the 70s. My own dad worked in the EAC, East African Community, as it then was.
Shout out daddy.
Yes, R.I.P.
Oh.
Yes, he's a great guy. Mm-hmm. The EAC was a very well thought out concept to unite East African countries that share common borders, that share cultures, that have, in a sense, a common heritage. So this was the time of Jomo Kenyatta and Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, who was absolutely a hero.
Yes.
But then a lot of issues crept in because as much as we are brothers and sisters, Konchi,
Kuzos,
we also, exactly, hi cousins.
Hi cousins.
We also have differences of style and
Yes,
substance.
Yes.
And so there's also always been some resentment of Kenyans by Tanzania.
Which I don't understand, actually.
You should understand because Tanzania picked Ujamaa, which is socialism.
Yes.
Whereas Kenya went the American way, which is capitalism. That's why Kenya, you have very rich people and very poor people, often living side by side. And so that brings a conflict of approach and, again, style. Tanzanians do feel that Kenyans are quite mannerless,
entitled,
too aggressive, entitled,
I've been to
etc.
Tanzania for a project.
Yeah.
And I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And so before President Samia, the lady who's just so annoying, should I call her lady or woman?
First of all, any person who talks about Samia anajipata kwenye Diani Beach.
Exactly.
I was taking them to Mombasa.
Such a dictator.
What's up with that?
Or a dictator wannabe. So if just before her, you saw with the late Magufuli. Yeah, who one day just confiscated Kenyan chicks, not girls, but small chickens at the border and set all of them ablaze. I think the number was 5,000. There's always a lot of, passive-aggressive BS and backlash. And so what the Kenyan government now has, retaliated with is we're also going to ban Tanzanians from working here.
Yes.
We also have a lot of funny, weird trade issues because a lot of things that can be found locally, like potatoes and carrots and onions, are also imported from Tanzania.
Yes, I know that.
So that also is one of the, foundations and basis for cartels.
Of course.
And I just feel that if the leadership are more focused, we can actually have a better union. We have a beautiful anthem, which says amazing things, Konchi.
I know, the South African anthem.
And again, a lot of these issues just come from a deficit of leadership. And so Tanzania's move was not well thought out. Kenya is not Tanzania's enemy. Yes. Kenya is not really Tanzania's competitor.
We're in the South African community. Come on, guys.
Kenya also has a big and dynamic economy, even though it has its own very serious issues. But because Kenya is also quite developed in the region, there's a resentment that comes with that, for lack of a better word, a jealousy of sorts from the Tanzania side.
Basi pale Benji amesema kwamba tuachane na wivu.
I don't know if they can even understand. I don't know if they can understand this podcast. Tunasema washikaji, mwache utundu na upumbavu.
Benji.
Kwamba sisi ni mandugu na madada.
Shangazi.
Muwe shoga letu.
Mjomba shoga.
Muwe shoga letu. Urafiki ni muhimu. Na undugu.
That reminds me, something strange really happened. Like over the.
How's my Swahili, by the way?
Your Swahili is horrible.
I don't see you complimenting. Horrible. I thought
actually good.
Thank you.
I saw you on TV speaking Swahili, and I'm just like, oh, Benji, kwa hivyo tuweza ongea Kiswahili mufti.
Kanze made me do that one day, and I started learning. Yeah.
Kamusi karibu niseme dictionary ya Kiswahili.
And it's really tough, by the way. But
Swahili is a very tough language. One thing I'll say that.
Kiswahili kitukuzwe.
I liked there's this trend that was going on whereby people were doing the get ready with me. It's some like months back. Get ready with me in Swahili. Mm-hmm. It's one of like the most hilarious, sort of like short videos out there. So please go just someone TikTok and check it out.
Can you and I do a short video?
We can try, brother. Let's do a TikTok.
Sindio?
Tuifanyile na Kiswahili, sindio?
Yes.
Mtawatch.
Ni
Mufti.
Kiswahili mufti.
I was like stammering to say that out. So now something funny happened this weekend. I was looking for houses because I want to move houses. And one thing first, this is called A Spade again. We're just
you want to move closer to me or what? Or closer to work or what? I don't understand.
I don't know. I think I've lived there for quite some time.
Yeah.
So
time to go.
I was looking for houses, and this is some of the things that I've noticed. There's one estate particularly, actually not one, 3 of them that I had interest in. I went there and they bluntly told me I could not be able to get the house there because I was not Somali.
Wow.
100%. That the apartments were fully for Somalis. And the other thing I noticed is when the Somalis started moving into the estate that I live, the rent price was hiked. So it's like they're paying different prices based on what you're paying. So I even asked myself, I'm like, can I right now move to Somalia and just form Kenyan only, estates?
Yeah, so Conchi, this is such a good topic. Discrimination exists.
Yeah.
Discrimination is what it is.
In my own country.
It's also unconstitutional.
This also happens in Parklands.
There's neighborhoods that are 100% Asian occupied.
Asian, yes.
And if you go and talk to an agent or even the guard, they tell you, black skin cannot live here.
Now this is 2025.
There's a problem with our implementation of law across the board because laws exist on paper. The constitution is there. Mm-hmm. But there's flagrant violations. And so, Conchita, sometimes when people talk about corruption, they talk about, breaking the constitution and disrespecting the constitution. Usually they look at the public service, the government officials, governors, etc. But what about you, who's a private citizen?
That's what I'm even
You're also corrupt. You're also... First of all, you look half Somali. So can you imagine for them to say...
Tell me that.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, what?
So I'm just imagining the darkest Kisii or guy from Nyanza.
Sorry, Gen Z.
Sorry, our producer.
We apologize. It's a light skin. Gen Z light skin.
No, see light skin. Nim brown. But seriously,
yellow.
seriously, it's just unbelievable. And then the fact that they also fly on a different planet in the sense that they handle a lot of dollars. They get a lot of money from.
I want to do businesses with Somalis. And there's one of my really good buddy of mine, and we do amazing businesses together. But this one caught me off guard because, first of all...
I'm not surprised.
Like, are we doing this right now?
It's crazy.
It doesn't make sense.
And it also goes to the other angle, which no one is talking about, Conchita, which is, sectarianism. Mm-hmm. Where I'm pretty sure 99% of those Somalis are Muslim.
Yes.
And so internally, when they're having their own meetings, you'll hear them say, we shouldn't be able to live with kafirs. So a non-Muslim
cannot be able to
is not welcome there.
This
is where the divisions, these divisions in the world make society a weaker society because unity is strength, as we talked about here last week.
Yes, it should be.
Yeah, unity is strength. And with Pan-Africanism, of course, you want to have similar values.
Yes.
But, there's also a lot of hypocrisy in Islam because there's a lot of corruption. Look at all the governors that are looting their counties and putting up malls in Isli. And if you talk to them, they'll tell you they go to the mosque every Friday and they don't believe in haram, etc. But a lot of them are thieves. And so these divisions, Conchita, are very unfortunate.
Yes. And for me, it's like, don't get me wrong, one of my brothers is actually a Muslim and he's quite okay.
Yeah.
I don't see him doing all these things and all that. So which means he can't live in such kind of an estate or
they'll probably give him a chance because he's Muslim. All right, but then
How
the
do you know
fact
if I'm Muslim or not? Like,
they would find out when they're just talking. Sometimes even just from the greeting.
No, I
But-
think it's high time people started like
and because this is a
and then
podcast,
now they become very entitled.
and because this is a podcast, we must talk about the fact that that discrimination gives fruit to such things as nywele because that's exactly what they call
yeah.
blacks.
Oh no.
And so there's like a caste system.
I was so upset because I'm like this is my country, bro.
That's actually the worst part, Conchita, is
Yeah.
if you're going to do all these things, and by the way, there's also neighborhoods in Nanyuki, in Karen,
Whereby
and
if you're not
events
white,
where if you're not white, if you're not a
you're not
cowboy,
able to have a farmland in the UK.
you're not even welcome
in
there.
UK.
Yeah, you're not
I know.
welcome there. They don't want you joining them for a drink. So this is also so weird. Because
I-
why are you in Black Africa?
There's a lady that I met, and apparently she was one of the biggest showrunners shows in Netflix, and she was white, and we had to go on a head-on collusion because I was somewhere at an Italian restaurant having like some meal, and she's there feeling entitled. Oh, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like,
You're in my country, bitch.
Bitch.
Yeah.
like
It's
I'm
crazy.
paying the same amount. Is it like the same food that the price is not going to change?
And then you see, Conchita, one of the hangovers from colonialism and one of the traumas is you realize even in that confrontation between yourself and that Italian mafia
She wasn't Italian. She was, she was like, sort of like American or something. I don't know.
yes, so you find that the restaurants operators, the waitresses working there, etc.,
treat
and even the
them
people around,
differently.
they cannot even speak up.
I
So
know.
you are under siege and they don't even have the confidence to stand their ground and say, what the fuck, woman, you're in my country.
I have seen whereby you're in a restaurant and the lighter skinned person, the whiter the person is, or just let's say like white people, we're calling it a spade.
They get a different
They get a different
quality of service,
quality
of experience than
Yes,
you do.
than you.
Now, to be fair, and I'm not justifying this, but
Yeah.
part of the reason for that is also because of, the tipping culture or the lack thereof. Because now also like our people
I
don't
tip.
tip, but mostly our
I've been
people don't
raised to
tip.
tip.
Yeah, and you're different as well, by the way.
I know.
You're sweet. Did I say that? But seriously, yeah. So now when they don't tip, they don't care. They just look at you. So you could be sitting there for hours,
Yeah.
and the other guys are just getting steaks
Yeah.
and drinks, and you're more of a spectator, and you also have money to spend. It's really,
True. But I'm just saying,
it's really unfortunate,
it's very unfortunate,
and it must stop.
It must.
And it
stop.
must
Come on,
stop.
guys. We cannot.
Remember, we
be
once called out Art
55.
Cafe, and they
Yes.
did quite a bit of reforms. Guys, you must stop that shit.
So we cannot be really literally living in a country that instead of you respecting people, you
Yeah.
just be like discriminating and
We
all.
can't live in a country
And
where
then
we're not welcome in our own
then
country.
Also, again, dear landlords, stop raising rents
Exactly.
when foreigners move into an estate. Bruh.
Yeah, it's crazy just
anyways.
because they have dollars.
Nigga, we
And-
got dollars too.
And limiting
ya
access
mashida,
to our own
but
people. I
tunajaribu.
know, tunajaribu. Na Mungu atatuonekania.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Let's move forward now. Speaking of changes, NACADA happen. So let me just read this. We have alcohol sale ban that is causing a lot of chaos. Not really chaos. I'll say in terms of like concerns in the country.
There was a
This is from NACADA.
huge
So-
uproar.
So these are the sale ban here. We have supermarkets, home deliveries and couriers. Something. And then we have
Kama tell.
residential premises and areas, which I kind of agree because the kids around.
Yeah.
Online sale of alcohol. I'm like, come on. We in the digital again. Even the president talks about digitization. This is part of it. Then restaurants. Sasa mimi niende nikakule steak without having a glass of
nice
red.
wine. Yeah.
Yes, of a souvenir.
Yeah.
And then we have basic education, tertiary higher learning institutions. I support that, to be quite honest.
Yes.
I saw a video of like a high school. It's actually trending. Drunk as a skunk. I don't even know who came up with that.
Abuse of
Right.
alcohol is a
Abuse
big
of
problem
alcohol,
in
yes.
Kenya. Yeah.
Then we have public beaches, public parks, amusement parks, recreation facilities. I don't know how I feel about that. Medical facilities, sports facilities. First of all, nenda hosi nenda kunywa nenda kutibiwa. But sports facilities, come on guys. How am I supposed to watch rugby without having like you know.
So before you even go on, because we already now get the gist of the story.
Yes.
Alcohol permeates every corner and every pore and every sector of the Kenyan society. If you read John Githongo's book, is it the one by Michela Wong? Michaela Wrong something. I used to have that book. It just talks about how Kenya is a society of, you know, narratives and stories, even since, you know, time immemorial. Culture and learning are passed down from grandparents to children through storytelling, and that's how you get to learn a lot of things. And also that apart from the storytelling aspect of it, the society also revolves around alcohol in a very big way. I mean, alcohol is every valuable.
Tribe,
yes, has their own traditional brew. And then for some reason, Kenyans also love their alcohol. So there's a huge uproar about this thing by NACADA. Now, the problem is not so much alcohol use as it is alcohol abuse.
That's what it should
So there's also many reasons why why Kenyans drink a lot. There's also a lot of stresses and frustrations in this country. People. There's a huge. The economic situation is really terrible. So the little people make, they just feel like, okay, I can't really save or invest this. Yes, I can't buy a house with this. So acha tu niikunywe.
Yeah.
So the problem also now with the way that they try to do the ban is this would actually be catastrophic for the economy.
Major,
you know, because it's a ban from so many theaters. So it would actually, my prediction is that it would cut the economy by 30% at least, if not more.
I really don't understand.
And so it was not well thought out, and they shouldn't go ahead with that.
The conversation that I remember was having it with some of my friends is like, if you look at most of the member of parliaments, most of the MPs and all that, they're really big stakeholders in a lot of like clubs.
True.
So the other question is, are they, when they're forcing these things to be done in a certain way, are they pushing profits to themselves? Ama kunaendaje? Because most of them own shares in a lot of this, like, you know. So that was just a, by the way, again, it is alleged. So msinikujia hapa na kirehere.
So the president also doesn't like alcohol. So I don't know what your thoughts.
Also like alcohol.
Yeah, in fact, I was reading on Twitter a guy that I know on Twitter. So they were invited to do some event at State House, and he showed up in a branded van, and he was literally chased at the gate by the guards. Yeah.
Yes, hapa tu. Nova.
Yeah, hapa tu. They were just like, Rais hapendi kuona mambo ya pombe, so he was literally made to turn around and leave
honest,
and flee.
I have my nini about how people assume alcohol and all that. This notion of
alcohol is not bad though.
Kama ukunywi pombe, wewe ni holier than thou.
No, not at all.
They're the worst.
Some of the people who drink are the best people in the world.
Some of the people, yes, and they're very happy people.
Absolutely, and they're honest.
And they're very honest.
Yes.
But here you are.
They're not conniving.
So what is your vice?
My vice?
No, I'm saying
the person,
So what is your vice, man? Because Babu, everyone has a vice. I mean, I have a vice, of course. But
what's your vice? What's your vice, Conchita? Laughter. That's her vice. My vice is listening.
So for me, it's very simple. Abuse of alcohol is bad.
Yeah.
But coming up with these rules whereby like absolutely banning them, not really.
Yeah.
There's some sectors, yes, they have to be completely banned, especially when kids are involved.
Yeah.
It's not right. Keep them away from that. But sports arena, what are people are there to have a good time?
Exactly.
So you cannot say such kind of places. So niendapo na thermos ya chai ama?
Exactly.
So now like Chan is coming.
Even I say all the time, a grown man like now, some of us, we just grew up clubbing. That's a life that we know, you know, clubbing. So do you go to the club and drink what, juice?
I don't know.
At 2 o'clock in the morning? No, you have to have a drink.
I'll be there. I'm like, hey, niaje, nipatie mzinga moja ya dasani.
That doesn't work.
Of lemon on the side.
It doesn't work. Let's just have enforcement of laws and some balance, but not that blanket ban that NACADA is trying to do just to appear to be relevant.
They need to rethink about it. And yes. I can now see the influencers are coming, talking about how much their pockets. So now you guys are coming out to talk about your pockets. But when people are trying to fight for the country, you're not. But you know what? We will be back after the break. This is Call a Spade.
Have a drink.
Take a sip.
Have a drink. And we're back on Call A Spade A Spade. Conchita, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling alive.
You're not going to feel so good after I read
Don't kill my vibe.
some of the tweets from this hashtag visa in 60 seconds. So Cyprian Nyakundi, who's a huge influencer in Kenya, has been running a campaign to expose the U.S. Embassy for the last couple of days.
Lordy.
So the U.S. Embassy in Kenya is known for, I guess, accepting so many applications for visas a day and rejecting absolutely 99% of them. So let me just read a tweet here. There's so many tweets, but I just picked randomly. Hi, Nyakundi. My mom went to the States and managed to bring my young siblings later on. They all got citizenships. And come 2020 in December, my mom dies of a heart attack. I got the news and started preparing to apply for a visa. Got a date, but COVID hit. And the dates were pushed to over a year. A year later, my interview came. It was ready. Happens to be on my birthday. Terrible mistake. The weather was bad. Reception at the embassy was worse. Finally made it through. Many of us indeed. I get in line and in so many getting denied visa. It actually kills your spirit. Something they should at least try to attend to folks privately, because it's a bit inhumane how they just deny you in front of everybody. My turn comes and I get asked a few questions. They never bothered to go through my documents, and I was denied the visa and handed a pink slip. Folks have so many reasons to try and go over there, believe it or not. Just wanted to go pay my mom her last respects. This broke my spirit to this day. I've not had the closure, and to keep it real with you, I totally don't see the point going over there. I found my peace with that. I'm looking at a few comments on there. Attempting to get a visa. This is from Anyanga Tommy. To the US should be added to the 1,000 reasons to have a heart attack and increase depression. You even timed the interview on your birthday. Classic move. You are expecting balloons, cake, and a heartfelt sorry for your loss from Homeland Security. These are the nincompoops who voted in the Sugai Butcherman and now want to scamper to the US. They don't want us from Africa. How are racists, etc. So this is trending. And I actually did a show on my YouTube channel last year or the year before, about, applying for a visa and how young people, just given all the problems here, are really trying to go to the US. And it's almost like an end in itself just to get there. Some go even without a plan. Some want to visit and never come back. Now, I sent some responses to Nyakundi yesterday. And first of all, let's start here. So I think you know Mayor Michael Bloomberg.
Yes, I do.
Owner of Bloomberg News and all these other things. Bloomberg News is here in Nairobi.
Yeah.
So you might know that Mayor Bloomberg, who is not even the current mayor now, his net worth is the equivalent of the Kenyan economy.
Must be nice.
And that's a mayor of a city.
Yes.
Not even the city itself. The States has over 200 cities, like in the real definition of a city, like how Nairobi is a city. So here's a country that went to the moon in the 1960s, a country that is a nuclear superpower, a country whose economy, or the economy of a small city or a mayor is equivalent to the country of Kenya. So why should a country like that give a fuck about what you think? Just explain to me like I'm a standard 2 child.
I'll do one better. I'll explain to you like you're Karen Nyamu.
Yeah, exactly. This is a country that publicly refuses to subscribe to the International Criminal Court. Publicly.
Yep.
And threatens the ICC. And therefore is not a signatory to the Rome Statute and is not a part of the ICC. Because it says, why should a big country like that be brought under something like ICC? And no one can do anything about it.
First of all, you have to understand one thing. When Trump came into power, we're getting off the topic, but we'll come back. When Trump came into power, and this is a conversation we had last week, it was more about he wants his people to,
be the focus.
To be the focus.
The priority.
The priority.
Yeah.
So it's more of like making sure that it's Americans for Americans.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So here we are. We have a lot of people who have run away from the country.
Exactly. Refugees, man.
Refugees.
Economic refugees even.
Economic refugees. And when they move into the States, of course, they're thinking the economy there is really, really good.
Which is true.
For me, I want to do something better.
Yes.
So I'll
with my life.
Yes, I'll play the devil's advocate here. One, again, like I said, I like the idea of people developing their own country.
Correct.
And going there to visit.
Correct.
That is perfect. So my issue is, one of the thing is, first of all, your visas are expensive as fuck.
Yeah, and in a country where people are poor.
Yes, in a country that
let's just say some 25,000 for nothing.
Like around 25,000, I think. Mine,
and you're coming from Keroka.
Mine I paid, and this is like 3 years back.
Yeah.
I got it actually 2. I got it for like around 22, 23 there.
Okay.
23K. Okay.
Did you travel and come back?
To watch it.
Okay. My bad.
Some lives are private.
Yes.
So but I do understand the feeling, because the lady that was ahead of me, she was rained on. In fact, first of all, you can't even enter the embassy with any bag. It just has to be like a document.
Yeah, the security is crazy.
Security is crazy, and for me, I'm for it. You have to leave your phone. You have to do all those things. But the lady that was ahead of me, the question that she was asked, like, to be quite honest, I left from the make you, and it's just like, okay, no, okay, no, thank you, visa denied.
Yeah.
And she was soaking wet. I felt
no, and even
like,
some of them don't really understand even the question.
Not only that is I couldn't understand what per se was the reason. So it's either that's something maybe the US embassy needs to come and tell us why your visa gets denied.
Do they owe you an explanation, really?
To be quite honest, sometimes,
because it's also their country. Like, why do you want to go to the States?
No, but you see, the thing is, then why are your people coming here and they're paying nothing?
Because of the imbalance.
And that's the thing.
Actually, and I think
they should be the one paying more than we.
And I think Spence talked about it the last time he was here. He was like, "So I'm here for 3 months. I got the visa at the airport. I just might extend it."
Yeah, and it's not easy getting a US visa. And trust you me, I want to say maybe sometimes they have their own valid reason, but it's very simple. That amount is so high. Can you do some compensation on the rejection?
Conchita, can I bring up a very uncomfortable part about this discussion?
Let me.
That's very embarrassing.
Let me give you this part of it also, and then you can understand. Like, let's say this is millions of people who have been rejected, and that's like 25 Gs. You've rejected millions of people. Then people come here and say like, "Oh, the US has donated 10 million to Kenya."
Yeah. Yet they collect our money as well.
So you said
I think they collect. I hear it's 7-8 million a day.
So what is 10 million?
But let me bring a very uncomfortable part of this discussion.
Okay.
And I am assuming you've been to the US embassy.
Yes.
Why are Kenyans so desperate
to go abroad? That's the other thing.
Because I was in the UK a few years ago, and I remember literally when I went to the visa place in the UK. It is so when you walk into the building, there's so much tension, to be honest.
Yes, my God, you're so scared.
There's so much tension. People are talking in whispers.
Yes.
They've been fasting. They're praying. You know how people are very religious.
I know.
They're just like, naenda kupata visa. So I remember, actually even that time, I think of all the applicants, we only got 2. And even the 2 it's a friend of mine that I knew from the States that happened to be going to the UK. So she got the visa, I got the visa. But I tweeted about it. I just really felt bad how desperate and how scared our people were over there, because they're just like, Leo ni Leo. It's like, if I don't get this visa, my life is over.
And I know people who have applied.
That is so sad.
And I know people who have applied more than 3 times and they get rejected.
And Conchita, this is my advice, and this is a podcast. This is a podcast. It goes far and wide.
Yes.
Conchita, this is what happens when you mismanage your country. When you elect into office leaders that don't care.
Yes.
And life becomes very difficult for the average person. You can't get a job. It's difficult to earn money. You might not. Most Kenyans don't come from wealthy backgrounds. So you don't have all these assets to earn from or to sell, etc. Exactly. What happens is the person who pays the brunt of that, Conchita, is a citizen. If you go to the embassy and just see how people, I have an auntie of mine currently in New York, and she told me when she got her visa, even the cops outside, because she didn't even know that she had it.
You.
Yes, exactly.
That's what happened.
The cops are like, Mama, umepata hii kitu.
Do you know by the sickle?
Unajua watu wapati social like kitu gani? Because she didn't know. It was the first time she didn't know the process. They told her, Madam, Yani unatembea tu na umeshika green. So she was like, green ni nini? Si umepata visa. Unachukua visa afternoon.
I didn't know.
So my auntie lives in Karen. She has businesses. She has property. She collects rent. She has children in Switzerland. You know, she has her life going for her.
Yeah.
So she even called me and told me, Benji, we have a problem in this country because now people like us who are in the media and we talk about stuff and we meet people.
When you talk about it,
guys want to share. And she was like, you know, even the cop was like, madam, umepata hiki tu. Then she was like, kwani nini?
Benji, to be quite honest, and I'm just going to call a spade. That happened to me. I had no idea that I'd gotten the visa. I had no idea.
So you just walk out casually.
So yeah, I just walked casually, and the watchman, she was a lady. She's like, congratulations. I'm like, huh?
Congratulations for?
Because you see, like when you go to Europe, to mezuia tunacha visa passport utaleta ujue.
Yeah, they told her, they just leave your passport. Now she was walking.
Then, so for me, it's more of like, well, first of all, I will say, okay, it's good that by the time you live there, you know, but can we do it in a much more humane kind of way?
But it's just sad how desperate our people are.
But the question will be, why are we desperate to go to the States?
And then, like I was saying so Conchita, I have to tell you this. I have to tell you this.
I like it when you have to tell
I have to tell you this.
Because
I have such an active life. So I was at a golf competition over the weekend.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I saw your WhatsApp status.
Yes, I was at a golf tournament last weekend. I'd actually taken one of my children's.
Okay, father
Hi,
of many.
money. Yes, exactly. Abraham, father of many. Mm-hmm. And so I met this Nigerian lady, and we just got talking. Her kids are golfers. She's just a nice mom, very supportive. And we just got talking, and man. So she was telling me she's from, I think it's called Kano State in Nigeria. And I'm just going to tie in this to the whole thing of us being desperate, applying for visas here.
Yeah.
And we're just talking. I'm better traveled in the US than I am in Africa. So I was just sharing with her.
Yeah.
So she told me, I've been trying to go to America because I want my kids to have a better life. They can earn from golfing because the boy is 12 and his brother is 17. So and there were some Americans guys there. So I told her, no, I used to live in the States. And then we were talking. So he's like, oh, you've been to Connecticut. You've been to this. I used to live near Evanston. We'd have all these discussions. And she's like, why did you come back? And I said, Kenya is home. So we had that whole discussion. So she told me she's from a place in Nigeria. Let's call it Kano State.
Yeah.
We're just talking. As I've told her, I've never been to Nigeria. I don't know anything about Nigeria. Yeah. She told me sometimes when you're sitting at home watching TV, you can just hear on the corner. You see on the house, like you see now the corner, like where Gen Z's cables are there. And when you look there, it's black crude. And then it's a crude oil that doesn't need to be processed. It's the crude oil, they told me you take it to the lab and you just prime it.
The Boko Haram is out there, doing
no, but isn't that so crazy? The resources in this continent. She told me there are places where crude is coming. You can't even do a burial. You go to do a burial, you dig.
Pap.
Oil.
And then here we are trying to go to a place.
And here are the desperate people. You have absolutely poor people in Nigeria. You have no systems. By the way, Nigeria in Africa has the highest number of private jets. Because now the few that do the oil business. And of course, wash and what they call 419, etc.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of resources distributed only amongst a small population, leaving the rest in poverty.
Which is wrong.
So Conchita, I was saying, just imagine going so desperately for a visa. A white guy is talking to you rudely. He's not even listening to what you're saying. He's not interested in looking at your documents. And you're coming from a place with high rainfall, like where Gen Z is from, it rains every day.
Yeah.
Though the shambas are too small. It's overpopulated.
Yeah.
You're coming from good weather. A place with gold. We have so much gold in Western. Bauxite. Titanium.
So many minerals.
Diamonds. Did I say good weather?
Yeah, you did.
Good food, organic food.
I know, right?
The beef.
Oh, because the steak is
the sheep. Yes, yeah. You know, it's grass-fed. Yes. Good weather, clean water. Yes. So imagine you have all of that, but you're just a refugee in the wind, praying that you can go to Minneapolis and wash an old person and earn $16. It is so sad. And it's a failure of leadership.
Yes, it is a failure.
And it's a failure of leadership.
Because right now, I don't think at this time, and that's the same thing I said last week. I said it's high time Africans started developing Africans for Africans.
You know why, Conchita?
I want to go to the States for visitation.
You know why, Conchita?
And enjoy.
You know why? I can't wait for the day where Kenyans who are busy just apply for a visa to visit the States for 3 weeks and they can't wait to come back.
And that's what's up.
Maina Kageni, hello. 3 weeks in the US and you can't wait to come back to Kenya. You've got your things to do. Yes. You've got your crops to harvest.
And for that
You've got your tractors to service.
And for that to happen, we need
leadership. Absolutely.
It all tickles down to leadership.
Otherwise, this thing is a national embarrassment. It's a national embarrassment.
Because you can imagine, it's like I'm begging to visit your country.
It's a national embarrassment.
Sometimes it's not even that. And actually, this is so sad that this woman, she just wanted to go bury her mother.
And in the Moi days, we used to beg for aid before the Chinese came in, and that China is a whole nother. I think we'll have a podcast to talk about China. Do you know
what funny enough is I actually did Chinese. I
can
speak a little bit of Mandarin.
Then tell me. Speak to me now. Tell me, Benji, you're such a nice guy, and I love how you do your podcast. Go ahead. Say.
Well, let's proceed.
No.
I know. Today we're not promoting China today. Today we're talking about...
We're not promoting anything. I just want to hear Chinese.
Let's talk about this visa issue, Kwanzaa. We'll come to Chinese later. I'll talk to you about that. For me,
Thank you for agreeing to talk to me Chinese later. But seriously, I can't wait for that day when we have our self-worth even. That's the word, self-worth.
It's very
So I was saying in the Moi days, the president would be begging for aid, like even publicly. Yeah, on microphones.
Right now, and you said that's the thing is, first of all, the UN is moving to Kenya.
Yeah,
so
I saw that.
A lot of foreigners going to come in and all that. Right now, coming to Kenya is visa-free, you know.
For them, of course.
Yeah. But
why are they moving here?
Because Trump.
Because Conchita, you always know stuff. Why are they moving here? Why?
Based on my knowledge, to be quite honest, the fact that Trump did cut off the USID.
Yes.
The UN has come to say that they need to downscale in terms of the cost and expenditure. So they're moving to African, cutting down some of the costs in, let's say, in the States.
Like in New York, for example, Manhattan. Yeah, the rent is so Conchita, let me tell you this.
Having their own HQ,
let me tell you this because I don't expect you to know this. In New York, bedsitter is the equivalent of Kenya money rent 350,000 a month. So
for Runda.
No, but just it's a bed sitter. Like it's not even a one bedroom. Yes. Yeah, that's equivalent to a mansion. Yeah, that's exactly. So again, you can see how crazy the situation is because, and also it also demonstrates the disparity in economies.
Yes, I know.
Like it's so expensive.
They're saying that the UN coming to Kenya to help in I think like around $350
million. Yeah, I'm sure they'll save that much. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
No worries about
but unfortunately, now when they come here, it only means inflated rents in certain areas in what they call the green zone or the green
Guys,
zone.
Who are coming over? I am a realtor. I have houses.
By the way, aren't you a realtor? By the way,
I am actually. Yeah, I have those exaggerated. To be quite honest,
what's the name of your realty company?
Ours, Properties by Country.
Properties by Country. So call a spade a spade. It's brought to you by Properties by Country, and we just need to run your logo down there. You better thank me and cut me a check later. Back in a moment.
Welcome back to Call a Spade. Remember, it's about facts, not shade. And so before the break, Benji and I were talking about the visa pricings, the way they're extremely, actually the US visa prices, they're extremely too ridiculously expensive. And for a poor country, maybe they could be able to revise that, and maybe our leaders can be able to discuss in terms of like, even if it's just a small percentage for rejection for the people to...
By the way, why are so many Kenyans trying to go to the US?
We just said... They think it's a better...
They think.
It's a better life.
They think it's...
They think it's a better... I know one of my friends is like, yes, it's the money looks good. It's okay. But again, like we said, if the leadership was well done, we'll be richer than most of those people, actually. So it all goes down to our corrupt leadership. Now, finally, Mbadi. Oh, my God. Mbadi came out and said there's no money in the education to sustain the free education system. And this Apanjo Penya Nasema again. Welcome to another day of Kenyan government kutubeba ufala. Because on one hand, we have CSR, we have our treasury saying there's not enough money to support free education anymore. Then on the other side, we have this person who comes and says, oh no, we don't, Ishungwa. Man, you need to get out of people's topic every week. Whereby he comes and says it's a sabotage that somebody is doing. Then kidogo, just kind of again, it has to stop. Now the president is like, oh no, we're reducing the university prices. I'm like...
And we guarantee FPE. I was happy to hear him say that.
But
So how come the president says one thing and the minister is saying another?
Yes.
It's just weird. Like we said last week, Conchi, to remove FPE or not to guarantee it or not to improve it is to return Kenya backwards. Government communication has been a problem because honestly speaking, and the president himself during Gen Z protests alluded to that last week when he said, we've had a huge failure of communication. But the mistake he made is that then he didn't have anyone carry the price for that. So the same clowns who are trying to do communication are the same guys who are there and who are continuing to do a lot of miscommunication, a lot of disinformation. So which is which? Yeah, I mean, which is which? Do we have money or do we not?
We don't have money. And also my issue is, how do you come and say there's no money, but then all of a sudden, oh, we're reducing your
so the mind games and the gimmicks is what we need to get away from, because that's not sustainable. I've always said on this show and on other shows, what we need to change is we need to transform the way we do politics. Our politics is full of trickery. It's full of gimmickry. It's contemptuous of mwananchi. And so even how do these people just talk to us? You just wake up and say, we're not going to do FPE, ikwende kabisa. And then the president has to come and clarify that and controvert that. And it's just weird. And these are the so-called experts that ODM gave to government. It was very annoying, yes.
To be quite honest, again, the communication in the government or in Ruto's government is the shittiest job. And I will say it terrible, again every week. I will say, hire me. I'm such a good PR person, bruv. The other thing is more of like...
Would you work for them if they gave you a job?
I would, to make my country better. I wouldn't do it for any other, because at the end of the day, atuna kazi.
And if you're told to twerk,
first of all, Farouk, oh hell no. I ain't twerking. Let's twerk with the brains.
Geuka wa kuangalie.
Nafanya hivi kichwa. Yangu toka mapangale. That's the twerking and I'll be able to do. So
you're so funny. Lol.
Brain twerk.
Lol.
Oh my god. So now, for me, it's very simple. How the communication is making Ruto look very
incompetent.
Stupid, incompetent. Yeah. Because it's like wanna behave kama panya, anakuma alafu
anapuliza.
So it's more of like, now you say, oh, we don't have money, so hapo umetuuma, alafu kidogo oh, hata sio ati hatuna pesa, lakini hatuna pesa, then now we're going to reduce your
university funding model.
Already we have a problem. The funding model is not working. So which is which?
Gosh,
Jesus Christ,
I know.
Anyway,
I'm keeping
some
cool.
happier news.
Yes,
Chan is here. We cannot wait. We're in support of Team Kenya.
Shout out FKF, Hussein Mohammed and your team.
Yes.
This is the golden opportunity to showcase leadership, because Hussein wanted to be FKF boss for a long time.
Oh, he deserves it.
This is his chance now to showcase leadership. I'm told SportPesa gave them some money yesterday.
1.2 or 1.1 B for 10 years. It's a
B.
contract.
Yeah, that comes to 120 million a year. It sounds like a lot. It's not bad. It's over a decade. It's all about prudent use of resources.
Exactly.
Accountability. Avoid wastage. Avoid wastage.
I cannot wait to have a meeting with them.
Yes. I'm also hoping we can interview him here maybe after Chan.
Be able to see how different counties can be able to develop.
In fact, we also want to see a difference in leadership between Hussein's tenure
Yes.
and Nick Mwenda, which was
Nick
Nick's was just
Jehovah.
full of controversy, fights with the CS,
Everywhere.
bans from FIFA, allegations, bribing of referees and officials. And I'm saying all this and I don't even follow soccer. So you can imagine for insiders what they know. It was a disaster. Hussein should be able to do 10 times better. I'm told the tickets are all sold out.
Yep.
I'm told also the site has gone down, the website, but there's also a lot of fear around chance of one term in the stadium.
One term is going
so
to
what they've
happen.
been saying, I've seen on social media, is
bans.
that avoid not even, let alone vuvuzelas, which also was not good because these are all small trades also which benefit hustlers. Somebody will sell 100 vuvuzelas and earn something that he didn't have yesterday. But also how they're putting it is, Kenyans should learn to to not wash their dirty linen in public. So that's how they're putting it.
I mean, like, if the leaders are already airing the dirty linens, so whom's are we's?
Whom's is we?
Whom's is we? For us not to relate that.
Yeah, but shout out again to FKF for ensuring that there are stadia. I think so far, these are the best stadia Kenya has ever had since independence.
And they really cannot
Kasarani and Nyayo Stadium, the renovations, etc. There's been a bit of passion on that, led by Ruto himself. There's also, of course, the other one that's coming up on Gong Road, the Talanta Stadium.
There's a lot of controversy between that and the...
Yeah, I saw the costings. I know it's very expensive.
It's very expensive.
I know it's very expensive, yes.
More than actually...
yes.
Was it the same Emirates or one of that? But anyway, not. We'll get into that on the next time. Unfortunately, that's the time that we have for today, Ben.
Oh, that was quite a nice show. Nice talking to you, my dear. Keep warm.
Anytime.
We're hoping for better weather in August.
Yes.
Better days. New business.
Yes.
Bring us sponsors, by the way. This is a good show. We have good following. We need you guys' support. Keep watching. Subscribe. And give us feedback so that we can get better and serve you better. Have a nice weekend.
You too. And again, happy new month from A Spade. My name is Conchita.
Benji Ndolo, God bless you.
This was fun. And
always.
Bye-bye.
Bye.